Hey guys, it's Gail. Welcome back to Elevate with Gail. And I just finished a really dope meditation. I've had a lot of emails actually this week coming in based on my other videos and asking me, what's going on. I'm feeling a certain type of way, so I just wanted to come on here and just talk. I have no plan for this video. I didn't do an outline. I had no plan on what I'm going to talk about, so I'm just going to talk about what's just channeling through me now. After my meditation, I asked for codes to come through me to you, so hopefully the right people clicked on this video at the right time and it helps you out, because I know this is a time of uncertainty, and I know it's a time of a lot of self-doubt, a lot of fear, and a lot of these negative feelings that are going on, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that you're not allowed to have those feelings. It's really important to have those feelings because we have to learn how to be alchemists, and this is training right now. So this beautiful time that you have to be quarantined and this forced stillness is the perfect time for training. You're training to be an alchemist and learn how to transmute the energies from negative, the lower vibrational energies, into positive energy. And this is really easy to do once you learn how to do it right. The more you do it, the more you practice it. It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of discipline, but it's really, really important. And if you watch my last video, it's one of the messages that I got from these higher energies I've been connecting with. I'm channeling more and more, you guys, because the more I raise my own frequency, the more I'm able to tap into other frequencies. And if you ever hear those ringing in your ears, those are frequencies, and that we're able to tap into them the more we raise our frequency. So a lot of you guys have noticed that I've been posting the Schumann resonance updates on my Instagram, and that's a real thing. Basically it's the frequency of the earth, and it's measured on this machine and this chart that we have. And it was 140 the last couple of days, and that's the highest, you guys, it's ever been. The highest it's ever been. And this is extreme. A lot of people were feeling extremely tired, extremely just like, I could not pick my body off the couch. I was like, I told my fiance, I was like, dude, I can't move. Like, I can find the way to get motivated any day, anytime. But like today, I'm just not having it. I just gotta, and these are times where I wanted you guys to have this knowledge. I'm slowly trying to educate you without putting too much information out there and sounding weird. I've known this information for a while, and I've been going through my spiritual journey for a while, but I was afraid to share it because I didn't want to be looked at as a weirdo, and there's no time for that anymore. So I'm gradually putting a lot of this information out there, and it's not just about a spiritual journey, it's about the reality that we're experiencing right now, all of us. Some of us have been on our spiritual journey for a while, or awakening, I would call it, but a lot of us are waking up right now, and it's a mass awakening. And I don't want this to just sound like a spiritual hippie thing to people. So I really wanted to bring some realness to it and show you guys those charts and those energies, because it's a real thing. The frequency of the earth is raising right now. The vibration is raising. So when you talk about raising your vibration or high vibes, like, this is real shit. It's not just a bunch of spiritual talk. It's a real thing. The Earth's frequency is rising. How is it rising? We have the galactic core that sends these energies through our sun, which is a portal, and these energies come to our Earth and they raise the frequency, or they blast out the lower energies. Whenever there's been a big event, the Mayans, just really big events in history, if you go back in times where there's been planets conjuncting different planetary things, there's astrology that can tell a lot of things. I'm not an astrologist, I'm not an expert on it, but I do know that every time that there's something in astrology going on, if you go back and look at the dates, they always line up at big events. So there is going to be a big event that's coming up in the near future, and it's going to be happening in our lifetime. And this event is basically, we are raising into the frequency. We've been in a 3D matrix, and it's just been this debt economy, this suffering, and this matrix was created, and we agreed to be here in this matrix. But we've been in the 3D matrix. We're going from 4D up to 5D. What is 5D? 5D is a frequency that basically feels like heaven on earth. It is pure bliss. There's no poverty. There's none of this darkness. But there are dark forces that have been allowed to be in positions to control us. And if you watch, I'm not saying, I'm not promoting this or anything, but if you watch documentaries like Out of the Shadows, that's like scratching the surface of what's really been going on behind the scenes, and how there are people controlling our media, what we see, what we watch since we were babies. They've been controlling us and programming us. So when you wake up, it's not just a spiritual awakening. It's waking up to the fact that we've been controlled and programmed, and that we have to now work very hard and very diligently to deprogram ourselves and take our power back. Because we agreed to be here during this time for a very specific reason, and we have the highest calling, you guys. This is a big deal. We have the highest calling now to wake up and to transcend the darkness, because there's a lot of light coming in. And what happens when light comes in is the darkness has nowhere to go. And what's happening now with things in the government and what we're experiencing and what we're going to be experiencing very soon on a almost scary level. And I just want everyone to be mentally prepared for this. There are going to be things coming out of the darkness onto the news for us to all see and witness what has been going on behind the scenes. They can't get away with it any longer, because I know this deep down inside. I know this because the darkness can't survive where we're going. As we raise the frequency, which is scientifically measured, we have to raise our frequency with the earth, or we can't exist with it anymore. So when you hear about New Earth, this is a real thing, and this is what we're calling the place where we're going, New Earth. And as we have our frequency raised, you're going to feel tired, you're going to feel exhausted, because you are deprogramming and you're getting rid of a lot of the dense energies that have been existing within you forever. Trauma. Most of this trauma-based energy is being healed. Now, the reason I really need to get out here and I need to spread the message right now is because I want you to have the best, easiest experience you can, since I had to experience it in a very traumatic and a very, very difficult way. And it takes a lot of trauma sometimes to wake people up. Sometimes people just wake up because they're done and they've had enough of the lifestyle they've been living. Who knows what wakes people up. But everyone's different and everyone's journey is different. But what I'm trying to put out there are the tools that you guys can use to make it an easier, smoother experience, and really use this time when you're in isolation to train. This is time to train. I got an email the other day and asking me, how can I use this time the wisest so that I can come out of this better than ever? And I think that's a great question. And that's why I wanted to come on here and answer it to the public, because I've been using it to go inside and I've been using it to meditate. And I think that's the number one thing that everyone should be doing right now is meditating. I think that it is the perfect time to take out all the distractions and really go within and decide who you are and why you're here and what your purpose is. Because we've been defining ourselves by our jobs, our relationships, our material belongings, and none of that is real. That's all been an illusion, and it's all been what the media and the people that have been controlling the media have wanted us to believe. So we're always in a state of lack, and once we get the house, it's still not enough, and once we get the relationship, it's still not enough. We've always been in this lack frequency, and it's why everybody has anxiety, and we're always feeling like it's never enough, and we are never enough. But it's time to reprogram. So I really want you guys to be strong and hang in there and start to reprogram. It's time to deprogram and reprogram. It's time to take your power back. And I want you guys to turn off the news as much as possible, because it is censored, it is controlled by people who want you to believe whatever the story is, their narrative that they want you to believe. Right? They're fear-mongering right now, and I'm saying, no, I'm not about this. It is important to stay informed on what's going on in the world, but you don't need to be feeding into this fear. And the more fear that they feed out there, the more they have you controlled. So, I know I have a lot to say, but this is really important right now because there is not a lot of time left. When the frequencies are coming in this strong, it's a really big deal, and it's transforming us. So I really wanted to get the message out there that you need to open your mind and you open your heart, because if you're not open, you're creating resistance. And as the frequencies coming in are blasting out these lower energies, they can exist within you if you allow them in. So what's happening is if you're having a lot of fear, anxiety, depression, traumatic experiences or feelings coming up, which I had happen out of the blue the other day. I had traumatic feelings come up, causing me to react poorly to somebody else. I had to work through those, and I had the most magical awakening experience that appreciate that moment because I was able to transmute those energies into love. And I think that's the most important tool that I can give you guys right now is love heals everything. Anytime you're feeling something that isn't love, it's not real, and just go back into the heart. And that's where everything that is real exists. So if you're feeling these feelings and they're coming up and you're not going and meditating, or you're not going on a walk and being with yourself, or you're not just being with those energies and asking yourself or your shadow, why am I feeling this? What can I do to improve this? What can I do to heal this for good? I don't want to have this in my existence anymore. I give it to my angels. I release it to my guides. I release it to the universe and transmute it into love. I'm done with it. I cut my energetic cords from it. I can give you tools. If you want to reach out to me, I always have tools to offer you, and I can do a session with you and do an energetic clearing, whatever you need. But I'm just here giving you knowledge that if you don't work with your shadow and you don't work with these energies that are being blasted out of you, look, it's like this. You have a root and then you have your crown. As these energies are blasting the earth up to raise her frequency, you're also raising your frequency if you allow it. So they're blasting these things up, and they come up and they bubble up to the surface to clear and feel and let go, so that you are lighter and you can carry these higher energies, which are going to transform you into energy that you've never felt before. And I've been feeling it lately, and that's why I'm so excited. And I'm just so excited. People like me who have been working on themselves and transforming and transforming and transforming and healing themselves, we understand that, like, this is a beautiful thing that's happening, you guys. There are going to be a lot of things that happen that's going to be transformational, and transformation is never pretty, and it's never rainbows and unicorns. It's very painful sometimes. We have to let go of a lot of our attachments. We might lose a job, we might lose money, we might lose a relationship, but this is part of the transformation that's going to force us into this dark space to where we have to go within, and we have to stand back up stronger than ever. So use these tools when you feel these feelings, because if you don't have the tools, and if you're just ignoring it, if you're going to find ways to numb yourself or disassociate from them and just ignore them, then you will face a lot more lessons. And we don't have that much time for lessons left. So it's going to be very painful, traumatic lessons that you might have to experience very quickly, or you may just vibrate into a different place. And that is what is happening with a lot of people right now, is they're choosing to vibrate to another place. And that's beautiful, because our souls are all meant to go somewhere at some time to transform energy. So if you're choosing to stay here and do the work and move into this new earth energy that we're going into, I commend you. And I think it's a very beautiful thing that we are able to be here and witness these events that are happening right now. And I feel like by December, we are going to be on a different planet, basically. Of course, we're going to be here, but it will be a different place. Coming out of this coronavirus thing, it's going to be a different place. But all the transformation that's going to happen from now until December, by 2021, guys, this is going to be a different place. We're going to be having, I feel, and I'm channeling, that we're going to have a different financial structure. We're moving into where we're going to have free energy. We're moving into less poverty, because this is not working anymore. And like I said, these energies coming in, they're blasting out the lower frequencies, and the lower frequencies cannot exist in the higher frequencies. So they have to transform. And if they don't transform, they're out of here. So that's what we're going to see with a lot of politicians, with a lot of celebrities that are involved in some of these things that have been going on. We're going to see a lot of things that are going to shock everybody. So we just have to take it with a grain of salt, and we have to send love out there, and we have to, most importantly, heal ourselves and go within and work on ourselves, because it only takes one person to change the world. Because if your frequency is up, everyone around you is up. I'm going to probably cut this video short so I can post it on my Instagram so more people can see it. But make sure you like and subscribe on my YouTube, because I'm going to be posting all my videos there from now on, and they'll be a little bit longer. But I hope this helps. Choose love. Go back to the heart. If you're feeling those lower energies, transmute and transform. This is training time. This is what you need to be working on right now while you're in isolation, okay? So do the training, and I promise you, you're gonna raise your frequency and experience the most beautiful things. If you have any questions or you just need to talk, please reach out to me, elevatewithgail@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. I'm sending you the highest vibrational, biggest hug. I love you guys, and tune in a couple days for my next video on my YouTube, because I'm gonna keep putting these energy updates out there. I can't speak English anymore because I'm just buzzing. See you guys later.